Now, the BBC has questioned the controversial social media influencer Andrew Tate at his home in the Romanian capital, Bucharest.
Andrew Tate's persona is that of a modern-day gladiator in the digital arena, a relentless, unapologetic warrior in the world of controversy and debate, eye-opening millions around the world to the very fast changing of modern everyday life. He fearlessly voices exactly what is on his mind, whether he's facing off against mainstream media giants or engaging in fiery debates on podcasts and social media platforms. However, Andrew cannot be dismissed as just another provocateur or internet personality. As a four-time world kickboxing champion with a chess grandmaster-level strategic mind, he brings a unique blend of physical prowess and intellectual rigor to dismantle his opponent's arguments. These are some of the entities who have been outmaneuvered, outspoken, and outlasted by the formidable presence of Andrew Tate, starting with the BBC. His confrontations are not just verbal skirmishes, but strategic battles, leaving a lasting impression on both his proponents and detractors. In a viral interview with the BBC, Andrew turned the tables on the interviewer. What began as a standard journalistic inquiry quickly escalated into a masterclass of narrative control. Tate, with his characteristic blend of confidence and combativeness, didn't just respond to questions. He redirected them, challenged their premises, and took command of the conversation. The interview, intended to dissect and perhaps diminish his persona, instead amplified it, broadcasting his unyielding nature to millions. It became a global spectacle, not merely for the content, but for the display of rhetorical dominance, showcasing his ability to dominate the narrative and outclass a classless company. But the BBC was just the beginning. Mainstream media across the board found themselves grappling with the same indomitable spirit. Each interview, intended to be a critique or exposé of Tate, only further cemented his status as a media maverick. He didn't just survive these encounters, he thrived, using each platform to expand his influence and articulate his eye-opening views. Whether it was a deliberate provocation or a defense of his lifestyle and opinions, Tate's engagements with the media were never dull. They were electric, charged with the tension of an imminent verbal takedown. The pattern was unmistakable, a cycle of anticipation, confrontation, and reflection that each interview followed. Viewers began to tune in, not just for the content of the discussions, but for the spectacle of the clash itself. Andrew's interactions were more than just exchanges. They were events, each leaving an indelible mark on the public consciousness. His ability to turn any dialogue into a dialectical battleground made him a figure of fascination and fear, a man who could not be easily dismissed or defeated. Tate has control on the male youth, encouraging the most essential life lessons and bettering the generation. And it wasn't just the traditional media that felt the impact of Tate's confrontational style. Podcasters and influencers, the new age media, found themselves equally ensnared. From the H3H3 podcast to sit-downs with figures like Piers Morgan and Aidan Ross, each interaction was a testament to his combative yet charismatic approach. He engaged with hosts and audiences alike, challenging norms and sparking debates that would ripple through the digital world long after the mics went silent. In the realm of podcasting, no one is safe from Andrew's scorching critiques. On the H3H3 podcast, a platform known for its comedic takes and light-hearted banter, loved by some, hated by most, Andrew's presence transformed the atmosphere into one of intense debate and confrontation. He engaged in a verbal sparring match that left the hosts reeling, their usual comedic armor no match for his outmaneuvering tactics. The conversation, which ranged from personal philosophy to societal critiques, was punctuated by moments of tension and unexpected agreement, making it a roller coaster of intellectual and emotional exchange. The episode didn't just end, it resonated, sparking discussions and debates across the internet, further amplifying Andrew's influence and the undeniable impact of his words. At this point in his career, Andrew was not just a figure in the kickboxing ring, but a heavyweight in the war of words. His appearance on Piers Morgan's show became a legendary display of wit meets grit. The interview was a chess match of conversation, with each participant maneuvering for the upper hand. Andrew parried every attempt to be cornered with the finesse of a seasoned fighter, turning potential pitfalls into opportunities for counterattack. His responses were not just answers, but strategic moves in a larger game, showcasing his ability to think several steps ahead. The interview was more than a mere exchange of words. It was a battle of intellects, with Andrew proving his mettle against one of television's most formidable personalities. The encounter left viewers in awe of the sheer force of his personality and the power of his intellect. These specific anecdotes highlight not just Andrew's mind-altering style, but his strategic approach to every interaction. Whether facing a comedic duo or a seasoned journalist, he brings the same level of intensity and intellect, turning each conversation into a testament to his prowess. A true marksman in the realm of persuasion. His words are not just spoken, they are wielded, each sentence a stroke in the larger painting of his public persona. The audience is not just watching an interview, they are witnessing a performance, a masterclass in the art of conversation and confrontation. Somebody who can move the needle of society. The impact of these interactions extends beyond the immediate moment. Each podcast episode, each television appearance ripples through the digital world, sparking discussions, debates, and even controversies. Andrew's words linger in the public consciousness, challenging, provoking, and inspiring in equal measure. His approach to public discourse is a blend of entertainment and enlightenment, a dance of dialectics that captivates and compels, leaving the audience eager for the next move in the ever-evolving saga of Andrew Tate.
Yeah, what Brad was just saying is super important. I think that if you look at any man who's very good at being a man, most of them have had extremely traumatic lives. Yeah. If you're going to talk about the most brave man you can think of, he's been through trauma. If you think of the best soldier you can think of, he's been through trauma. You think about anything, the man who's going to charge into the burning building, the fireman, he's been through trauma. If you find a man who's never had any traumatic experiences, he's terrible at being a man.
Despite his tough exterior, Andrew often discusses the trials and tribulations of his journey, painting a vivid picture of a man molded by adversity. From his humble beginnings in the gritty streets of Luton, England, to the pinnacle of multiple industries, his path has been anything but ordinary. He speaks candidly about the financial struggles, the early career setbacks, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that defined his early years. His narrative is not just a story of success. It's a testament to resilience, a chronicle of a man who refused to be defined by his circumstances. His journey is punctuated with moments of significant hardship, each overcome with a combination of grit, intellect, and an unbreakable will to succeed. Growing up in the challenging environment of Luton, England, Andrew faced adversity head-on. The city, known for its working-class ethos and multicultural tapestry, provided a backdrop of constant challenge and competition. From a young age, Andrew was immersed in a world where survival meant standing up for oneself, where respect was earned through strength and determination. This environment forged his unyielding character and his resolve to never be a victim but always a victor. He often recounts tales from his youth, from confrontations in the schoolyard to early business ventures, each story underscoring the relentless drive and fearless attitude that would become his trademark. Andrew's journey is also marked by his foray into the world of professional kickboxing, a pursuit that demanded not just physical prowess, but mental fortitude. His success in the ring is a direct reflection of his approach to life, confrontational, strategic, and unyieldingly aggressive. The discipline, focus, and pain tolerance developed during those grueling training sessions and intense fights translated into a business acumen and personal philosophy that is both unique and uncompromising. His transition from the physical battles of the ring to the psychological warfare of the business world was seamless, each victory and defeat shaping the man he would become. The personal challenges and traits that define Andrew Tate are not just aspects of his character. They are the very core of his public persona. His stories of overcoming adversity are not merely anecdotes. They are the foundational narratives that resonate with his audience. They serve as a source of inspiration and a point of connection, making his successes all the more impressive and his perspective all the more compelling. As he shares these experiences, the audience is not just listening to a man recounting his life. They are engaging with a philosophy, a way of being that challenges the status quo and champions the power of the individual. In sharing his personal journey, Andrew does more than narrate his past. He invites the audience to reconsider their own potential, to question their limitations, and to dare to achieve the extraordinary. His life, with all its trials and triumphs, becomes a mirror reflecting the universal struggle for success and significance.
It's very, very important you understand this. You can start off with good intentions, but when someone sat down at that table and offered to sell their soul, most people are too afraid to not simply do it.
Through his words, he not only captivates the audience but also empowers them, turning his personal story into a collective call to action. In retrospect, Andrew believes that his confrontational style is a necessary antidote to a world filled with political correctness and surface-level discourse. He views his approach not as mere contrarianism, but as a crusade against the complacency of thought that pervades modern society.
False. The Hustlers University, which you...
His every word and action are deliberate, designed to provoke thought, incite debate, and challenge the status quo. He argues that in a world quick to silence dissenting voices, his unapologetic assertiveness is not just his right, but his responsibility. It's a stance that has won him as many adversaries as it has adherents, but one thing is clear: it has never left anyone indifferent. Over the years, Andrew has not only expanded his business empire across continents and industries, but also solidified his status as a cultural icon. His journey from the streets of Luton to the most Googled man on the globe is a testament to the power of speaking one's mind and standing firm in one's beliefs. With each business venture, each public appearance, and each viral moment, he has woven his narrative into the fabric of contemporary culture. His brand is synonymous with resilience, defiance, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. He embodies the spirit of the self-made man, the ultimate architect of his destiny, and in doing so, inspires legions of followers to take control of their own narratives.
Decide to become the kind of person who adopts as many problems that he can solve as possible, so once they're all solved, he reaps the rewards.
The impact of Andrew Tate extends far beyond the confines of his own life. He has become a symbol of a larger movement, a rallying point for those who feel disenfranchised by a system they see as fundamentally flawed. His words resonate not because they are unique, but because they articulate a collective frustration, a shared desire for a more authentic and unfiltered discourse. In championing his own story, he champions the story of every individual who refuses to be defined by their circumstances, who insists on forging their own path. As we conclude this exploration of Andrew Tate's journey, it's clear that his influence will be felt for years to come. His legacy is not just a collection of businesses, championships, or even controversial statements. It's a living, breathing movement, a testament to the enduring allure of the unvarnished truth in an age of artifice. He stands as a beacon to those who dare to dream, a reminder that the most powerful weapon in any battle, be it in the ring or against societal norms, is an unwavering belief in oneself. So, as the world watches, often in awe, sometimes in disbelief, Andrew Tate continues to write his own story, one unyielding step at a time. Tate's narrative is far from over, and as long as there are battles to be fought and paradigms to be challenged, Andrew Tate will remain at the forefront, a warrior in a war of words, a titan in the theater of thought. And to those who follow in his footsteps, he offers not just a blueprint for success, but a manifesto for revolution, a call to reclaim the narrative of their lives and, in doing so, redefine the world around them. Enjoyed this video? Check out more on the channel. Can't get enough entertainment still? Consider subscribing for future films. I'm always working on the next video. See you soon.